Our next storyteller is going to be reading, and he is Timothy David Ray.
It's 1994, and her name is Olwen Griffith. And she had come, like so many Irish before her, on a year-long visa and immigration dreams. The two of us met as waiters on a cruise ship. World-class diners were acting as if they were sailing down the French Riviera instead of slugging down the river Midwestern August in Chicago. Olwen was of the sturdy peasant stock, and I don't think she'd mind me telling you that. With a short, squat body, dusty brown hair, and devilish grin, she took no crap from anyone. Olwen was always good for practical advice. She didn't mince words or twist them. After a long shift waiting tables on the boat as managers barked orders to carry heavy tables down the ship's deck for storage, Olwen would pass me by and whisper in my ear, "Follow me." What? Just do it! Start walking around so you look busy! Olwen called this the walk of importance. That way we don't have to carry heavy tables to and fro. I mean, really, like Christ himself to Calvary. It just isn't fair. Yes, she was a charmer. But despite all the mocking and grumblings, we remained poor in a cramped little apartment run by Irish landlords on Alsted and Barry. I came here to come as to seek out acting and fame and fortune. And she wanted to get into production and of radio and television, and both of us were having very little luck. Hey, I finally announced one day, I got into a tour of the public schools. And it pays! Oh, good on ya. What's the part called? When do you start? Well, it's not really a part. Not yet. It's an understudy. Oh, Olwen groaned, her general sound of disapproval. Understudy won't pay the bills, will it? They don't care. I know these artist types. They don't care a lick about you. They'd rather not put you on than put you on, so you can have a crust of bread to call your own. Now, Tim, I don't mean to dash your dreams, but what is the play called? Captain Clean. How to be a clean teen. Olwen was right. The Playboy producer never did put me on, and then she wanted to meet me for coffee, for a power lunch. Don't give in to her, Olwen said. I came crawling back to the apartment later that day. Olwen was sitting at the big wooden spool, the only furniture we had in the place. You gave in to her, didn't you? I had to. She bought me lunch. Cappuccinos and desserts. Don't worry. We have bigger fish to fry. And we did. Soon, Chicago's horrible winter began to set in. And it put the starving back into starving artists. I'm so hungry I could eat a small child, said Olwen. But in original Olwen fashion, she concocted a plan to save money and stretch food. What was it, I wondered? Some detailed fiscal plan? An ancient secret derived from the years of potato famine? Olwen reached up into the bare cupboards and pulled out a bottle of whiskey and poured 2 hefty shots. There we are. Like mother's milk, we'll drink it down. We've saved money on our morning meal. Then we'll make casserole with corn and such like the Italians and eat off that for about a week, like a carcass. To get us through this, the winter of our discontent. The winter of our discontent. That's what we called it. And that whiskey and casserole got us by. We drank and ate our way through every made-for-TV movie as Owen, a former film student, deconstructed Deliverance, danced around the apartment to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and waited in absolute anticipation for BBC's next installment with Laura Linney as Marianne Singleton in a very gay 70s San Francisco. And Tales of the City. We even scraped enough money to go to Disney's newest animated film, The Lion King. I felt like that little lion was me, said Owen as we left the theater, just scraping its way to the top, triumphant over all. The winter drew on. Owen told me about Irish culture, and I told about race in America. She recounted Irish's religious strife. I talked about being gay and not being totally comfortable with it. We argued race, politics and viewpoints, swapped statements and disagreed. What was really going on in that little apartment? Distractions from disappointment, with just enough grace to keep us whole. And even though I wasn't Catholic, when winter finally gave to spring, she took me by the hand and we went to Mount Carmel, where we went through Stations of the Cross. That night, as we prepared for bed, Owen whispered from her adjoining room, Tim, darling, are you awake? Yeah, what is it? I had a dream, she continued. A wet dream about one of the servers on the boat. A girl! Owen launched into hot and heavy details of her vision. And then I kissed her. In the dream, I mean. And I liked it. What do you think that means, Tim? Do you think I'm a lesbian? She said lesbian as if she had just uncovered one of the pod people from Invasions of the Body Snatchers. I don't know, I mean, so what if you are? It's not a fate worse than death. Oh, Jesus, I couldn't be. I simply, with my friends and my family, I didn't have answers for that. I didn't know how lesbianism fit in the Irish canon of sinners and saints. Summer seemed to come quickly and Owen's visa had run out. Her immigration dreams would have to wait. Before she left, she went to visit her sister in New York. Back in Chicago a week later, Owen and I stood awkwardly on the curb outside the apartments at Halsted and Berry. Me in a blue bandana and her in a colorful frock, waiting for the moving van to be filmed. You know, Tim, said Owen. When I was in New York, my sister took me to this gospel church, a black lesbian choir. And I was sitting there listening to the music, and all of a sudden I got up on my feet. And I started clapping along. I mean, I got it, or maybe I started to, and I thought, I'm doing this because of you. I'm doing it because of Tim. In life, we might find, I thought, as writer Elizabeth Gilbert now tells us, that sometimes only when we're at our most playful can divinity finally get serious with us. The Irish, if nothing else, are great storytellers. And they have a saying that goes, a thing is better off shared. Owen and I recently connected on Facebook after years of not knowing what the other was up to. When I told her I was doing this tonight, she wanted to make sure I told you about Captain Clean and that she's on her second girlfriend.